welcome back to my channel. And oh my god, it's already been a year. Like, it's already the end of 2019, which is insane. A year has gone by and I've tested so many products. It's crazy. I can't believe it's a whole year since I started this channel, so that's pretty cool. So for today's video, I wanted to do, as you saw in the title, obviously, the best of beauty in 2019. I want to talk about all the products that I consider have become like staples in my collection, and I wanted to walk from makeup preparation towards like literally the end. I'm gonna go through primers and moisturizers and a little bit of skincare right there, and then I'm gonna jump into foundation, concealer, and all that shebang you guys already know. So if you wanna know the best of 2019 that happened for me, then let's get started. Okay, so I got here the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream of Intense Hydration, and I got it at the summer Sephora VIB sale. I got this in summer and I still like haven't even gotten halfway through, which is amazing. I got it for like 15 bucks, I want to say. And this is amazing, especially for people who have very dry skin. This is really good for you guys. I have very sensitive dry skin and I feel like this works perfectly with it. It's not overwhelming, but at the same time, it doesn't like leave me cracked. At the same time, it doesn't like leave my skin untouched. So I really like this, especially to begin my day. Like, it just moistens everything up, which is really, really nice. So this is a really, like, I've loved it ever since I tried it like back in 2017. So this is like a complete staple. Nothing has ever beaten this in life. And now for SPF, which I know that I don't speak about much in my channel, but it's something that I use every single day. It doesn't matter whether I'm staying in, going out, it's rainy or not. Like, I wear SPF no matter what. And the best that I've found so far is the Josie Maran Argan Daily Moisturizer SPF 47. And what I like about this so much, yes, it was like 50 bucks, I want to say, but in my case, like, I don't mind spending a little bit more on skincare, because when you have a good base, any makeup can work out for you. And I really care a lot about protecting my skin. Usually drugstore sunscreens don't work out for me. Like, they're either too oily, they're overwhelmingly dewy on my face, or they leave a white cast, which is something I used to struggle with all the sunscreens that I used to have. It went from Neutrogena to, I want to say, La Roche-Posay. I don't know if that's how you say it, but I went through a bunch of brands and they didn't work out for me, and until I saw this one. I think it was Jamie Page who talked about this, and I decided to give it a try. It is expensive, but I feel like it lasts so long. Like, I don't even know if I'm halfway through, but you just use 2 pumps daily. Like, I go from neck to like the top of my head, and it works really nice. It blends beautifully in the skin. It hydrates so nicely the skin, and it leaves it plump, like ready for anything. Like, this is great as a makeup base as well, because it just works, man. And the combination of these two, like, I look like I sleep 10 hours a day just with the combination of these two with no makeup on. Like, I just look so intensely radiant, because that's it. Like, you don't look like disgustingly moist, but you look really, really radiant and plump. Like, I love these two. Like, these two have become staples. I use them every single day. No questions asked. And then for primer, this, I'm not gonna lie, like, I don't even know what it does, but I've been going back to it. Like, I just feel like it prepares my skin and it kind of like hydrates a little. This is the Fenty Pro Filt'r Instant Retouch Primer. I think this is the original one. This is not the mattifying one or the hydrating one. This is just the original one. And I have very dry skin. I didn't find that it dried out my face at all. I feel like it's a good base for my makeup. I'm not gonna tell you that it does amazing things that I can notice, but I just keep coming back to it, and that must say something. Like, it just hydrates, it helps with pores, does what it has to do. Now for foundation, these two foundations have become, hands down, my most favorite foundations of all time. I have the Milani Conceal Perfect Foundation stick, and I have the Milk Flex Foundation, I want to say. Yeah, Flex Foundation stick. So these two, I love them for, I mean, not 2 different reasons, but for 2 different purposes. When it comes to the Milani one, I use this when I want to go out at night and I want my makeup to stay like there. I want it to be perfect. I want my skin to look flawless, straight up. And I don't want it to be dried out, but I don't want it to be super dewy. Now what I do, I usually use the Pro Filt'r primer, whatever, or I use maracuja oil, which is something else that I really, really like to prep my skin. And I use this and your skin just looks so deliciously perfect because it's like a satin finish. It's not like super dewy. You just look fresh, but everything's like perfected out, and I really like that about this foundation. So this is what I use it mostly for. And then what I like the most about this foundation, which is the Limitless foundation, is that it's so fresh. It's so fresh, and it has like a light to medium coverage. I love it for the day-to-day. Like, this is what I have. I had it all day. I wore powder, and even with powder, I still look pretty damn glowy. Like, I look very radiant. I love this because it makes me look like I slept, again, 10 hours, and I love that dewy finish, especially because my skin is very dry. So this is really lovely. I have nothing else to say. Like, this is just perfection in a foundation. Like, I love it for the day-to-day. This is amazing. Now, because my skin is very dry, I'm not a fan of powders. I don't usually wear powders, but when I will wear powder and I want my makeup to stick, this has become my favorite powder to wear. This is the Colourpop No Filter Setting Powder. This is so beautiful. Like, I cannot even describe. Like, it sets everything in place, and it's not like it doesn't mattify, but it doesn't like blankly mattifies everything. It just, like, if you apply lightly, it kind of takes off the dewiness, but lets the radiance of the foundation on. And I love that about this, especially because I like being radiant and not always dewy, but I love that glow. And this doesn't take it off, and it doesn't look cakey, especially under my under eyes. My under eyes are so sensitive to anything. They're so dry and they can look like crap from nothing. And I just pat this in lightly, and it works really well. I love this powder, and it's only like $5. Colourpop did the best job with this. Now, when it comes to concealers, I usually really like light to medium coverage. Again, I do have very dark circles, but I don't like heavy stuff in my under eyes because they're very sensitive, and anything can make them look very cakey and whatnot. But I found the Milani Conceal Perfect Concealer, and this has been so delicious under my skin. I feel like it smells a lot like the MAC Longwear Concealer. I haven't used that in a long time. That was like back in the day when I didn't know anything about makeup. But what I do really like about this is that it really has a really good coverage, but it's not really heavy on my skin. Like, I usually just pop a little under my eyes, and it really makes like such a big difference. And again, it keeps it light, and it's not dry, so it doesn't cake up. Sometimes I don't even powder it, and it doesn't crease, which is something that I really like. And I don't remember how much this cost, but it was pretty cheap, which I adore about this. And yeah, again, this is something that I pair with the Milani foundation because it's just such a great combo when you want everything to be like full glam on, like you just want to be perfect. This is the perfect concealer for it. I mean, it's called Conceal Perfect. Another great concealer for the whole year has been the Stellar Limitless Concealer. I love this. I adore this so much because the light coverage, it's light to medium coverage, but it's not like crazy coverage, and it's great for like the day-to-day or like something like lighter makeup, which is usually what I go for. And it's so dewy and radiant. Like, it just makes me look so awake, and like it makes my skin look delicious. Honestly, it's almost done. It hurts my soul. I don't have money for this, but this is amazing. And the third concealer, which I already knew even before I started my channel, but it has never stopped being such a great concealer, was the Too Faced Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. This is such a great concealer because it's full fucking coverage, and it's hydrating as hell. Like, I can cover anything with this, and it will look radiant at the same time, which is really hard. Like, this is full coverage, but this is not like straight up dewy. This is really dewy. This is like delicious hydration all over your face, and I adore it. I think it's amazing, and it lasts all day. I don't need to set this at all. That's really cool about that. But I set it as well. It looks really nice with and without powder. This is something that I truly adore and enjoy every single time I put it on. Even when I don't come for it, after a while I try it again and I'm like, why did I ever stop using you? It's amazing, for real. I love it. And then for bronzer, I have found like a new love in my life because it's so like deliciously natural. This is a Nudestix Bondi Beige bronzer, and it's obviously a stick bronzer, and it's so delicious because it's so natural looking. Like, I use this for the day-to-day. It's almost over. Like, that's it. That's all I got. Like, I've been using it like crazy. I adore how it makes me look. Again, this is something that I use on the day-to-day because it's so fresh and natural. Cream products are very, very nice, especially for day-to-day for me because they're very blendable. They're very easy to like work with. And they just look way more natural because it's not powder. Like powder can usually sit on your skin and this just blends in beautifully on the skin, which is really, really lovely. And also another bronzer that I truly adore, but it was not something that I didn't learn about this year. It's the Too Faced Sweetheart Bronzer in the shade Sweet Tea. This is such a delicious bronzer. This is the one I'm wearing right now. It's so glowy. Like I adore this bronzer and it's very light. Like it's not very deep. It has two shades, one lighter than the other, but it's so delicious on my skin. Like it makes me look like naturally bronzed, but very radiant. I really like it, especially because it has little glitters, but it doesn't show up on your face. I hate glitter on my face, and I love that this just keeps it toned down. And also the powder doesn't sit on my skin. It usually just blends in really, really nicely. I just really prefer this because like since it's a cream, it's not matte, so it makes me look very radiant, like in the dewy side. I know that I recently purchased the PatrickTa blush and I think it's amazing, but it was so expensive. I mean, again, it's Tarte blush. Tarte blush are expensive as well. Wait, I really like the PatrickTa blush and she's Seductive. Again, I really like it, but it's something that I've recently started using. I've used it non-stop, but it's not like, I don't know if it's because it's that expensive that I don't want to say that I like it. I do like it. Okay, so I do like the PatrickTa She's Seductive blush. Like, I think they're really, really nice. They last all day. I mean, for me, I use it on the day-to-day and I feel like it really lasts. One blush that I truly adore and that I truly trust is the Tarte blushes. This is the one in Risque, which is the one that I have on. It stays on the whole day. I think that the price difference between Tarte blushes and PatrickTa is not that different, but again, I feel like I've been a full follower of this blush because they've been so good. I've tried many shades already and they're just really nice. I love their shade range. They have a mirror. Everything's like, this is gonna last me probably a lifetime. I'll never finish this, most likely, but I love the color range. And I don't know, like I'm not very picky with blushes, so this is just the one that I go back to constantly, and it's most likely because of the shade that I really, really adore. It's very nudish, it's very like delicious. For highlighter, so I'm not really picky with highlighters. I mean, I'm not really crazy about trying highlighters. What I'm mostly fan of trying is complexion and eyes. So most of these products, I mean, some of these products are new, some of these products aren't. Like the one that I already knew is the Morphe highlighter in extra. This is something that I like using when I go out because this is intense. Like, must I say more? This highlight reflects your whole life ahead of you. Like, it's insanely reflective, and like it's the kind of highlight that you want to like scream that you have a highlighter on. I really like this. It blends really nicely with the skin, so that's something that I truly like about that. And it's just for when I want to like, you know, go all out. Now most of the time I like using very fresh and natural highlights, so I have these two in hand. I have the Nudestix Bronzy Babe highlighter, and this is a very natural golden highlight. You just pop it in and it looks like, again, it's the radiant situation. You just look really, really radiant. You look very naturally bronzed and like sun-kissed and whatnot. This on the other side, which is the Lottie London highlighter in Good Girl. I got it in my Ipsy bag. This is very, very natural as well, but this has obviously a pinkish tone, which I really like. And again, even though it's a powder, it lies so well on the skin. Like, it just looks like a glow from within, and I really adore that. This is why I use these two the most. They're definitely so blendable and so nice. And what I like about this is that you can actually pack it up until it becomes something like the Morphe Extra. Like, it can be very intense if you wanted to, but it can be very toned down if you don't want to. I'm not very picky with brow products, but I always end up coming back to these two products. It's the brow definer and the brow gel, and this is so good. Like, I use it every single day. It just leaves my brows put in place and they never move back. And this is just really nice. Like, I'm not really picky with this, but this is usually what I go back to. So these two are really good. It's pricey, but it's pretty good. And then for lashes, the mascara that I've tried and liked the most. I mean, I do like the Colourpop colorful mascaras. Those were the ones that I learned about, but I never really go back to them unless I want to do something funky. This mascara I recently learned about because I got it in a sample. It's the Pat McGrath Fetish Ice Mascara. This makes my lashes, like, I know you can't see it, but it makes my lashes so deliciously long. and nothing does that. And I think that so far as I've used it, it doesn't flake on me unless I start like obviously messing around with my eyes. I also like the Lancome Monsieur Big Mascara. Like this has my heart. Like I've always purchased this over and over again. This is just deliciousness. Like it makes my lashes volumized and long. I adore them, but I learned about this one since I got it in the mail, and it's delicious. Like it really is. I hate the smell. It smells like feet, but it does the job, and eventually the smell goes away once you obviously put it on. I love it for the lower lash lengths as well. They make it really long, but without making it messy. I really, really like this product. I think this is too expensive, okay? Not that these two are very different in price, but it just hurts my soul that I like these. Now for eyes, that was a true debate. Like I literally sat down and looked at all my eyeshadows, and I couldn't pick. Like I have all of these Anastasia palettes, like, and I just can't. And then I have the Urban Decay Born to Run. I know that I got some of these recently, but I just play around with them so much that I already know that I love them all. And I base my decision on ease of use and color selection. So I decided to go for my favorite palette of 2019 to be the Born to Run palette of Urban Decay. And I know I adore Anastasia. Like I have 3 palettes sitting over there and I'm crying over them because I didn't pick them. But what I like about this is that I can have very neutral looks, I can have colorful looks, I can have berry looks. Like I can just do whatever I want with these, like with this color selection. I can do so much in just one palette. I think it's such a good bang for your buck. It goes from really nice browns to dark browns and blacks, and it has blue and green and berries. Like it just has it all, and it has a mirror, and I feel like the packaging is amazing because it's very sleek. What I like about this shadow also, it's the formula. I feel like the Anastasia formulas are very powdery, they kick back a lot, and they have a lot of fallout, and they are very, very, very pigmented, which I personally adore. I love them. I love them to death. I work around them. I adore actually those formula better. But what I think about this is that these don't have a lot of pickup, and they're very forgiving with blending, especially for people who are learning to deal with colors or to just learn to blend in general. Like I feel like this is very, very helpful because you can go all out with whatever colors you want, but the formula is very forgiving when it comes to taking something off or messing around with the blending. I just feel like this is really, really nice. Don't get me wrong, the Anastasia blends like a dream. I adore them, but then again, I feel like this is the most complete palette out of my whole collection that I've learned of in the whole year. Like I just adore it, even though I got it recently. Like it's just really, really nice. Now, these are my Kaja Trio Bouncy whatever eyeshadows. I have them in Chocolate Dahlia and Orange Blossom, as I said before. These are not palettes, but they are on site, so I didn't get to choose from anything else. Like these are a no-brainer. They are delicious. They are such good eyeshadows. They have the perfect formula. I wish they had like palettes of like different colors because their formula is so good. Like they have a little bit of kick up, but they're so pigmented and so blendable. Like it's just delicious. And the shimmers on these shadows is beyond compare. Like I literally have not gotten something else that has blown my mind away like this, because they are not your typical shimmers in the sense that you get a color and that's it. They have the shimmer, like the color, like this is gold, but then it has like sparkles of different little colors. Like if you look at it, like I feel like cameras don't do justice to the color because it's like a bronze, but then it has like purple and blue and green shimmers all over it, glitter all over it, and it's delicious. It truly makes everything I put this on amazing. Like it just completes anything that I do, and I wouldn't trade these for anything. And each one of these is 21 bucks. I would pay for them all over again because that's how amazing they are. Like that is how amazing they are. I would pay for them all over again. Now, last but not least, when it comes to lip products, the ones that amazed me the most out of everything in my collection, everything that I tried, even though I'm not big on trying a lot of lipsticks because I have so many that it's just like not exciting to me. The one product that has blown my mind away this whole year that I just reuse it and reuse it and reuse it are the Fenty Gloss Bombs. Like I know that they came out with these holiday other colors, but I do use the original Gloss Bomb every single time after I tried it. I just use it every single day. And if I have to go out, instead of using like a normal lipstick, I will do a lip liner and then I will just pop on the gloss and then just roll out the door. Like, I just feel like they're so nice, especially because I have everything dry and everything sensitive. And my lips are usually so cracked and whatnot, even though I exfoliate. No, I don't exfoliate. I'm not gonna lie to myself. They look cracked all the time, and it's really hard to work around drier formulas if your lips are very dry and cracked. So these just make my lips delicious without me having to do all the work of exfoliating and do all that lip care, because I'm very, very lazy. And they do the trick for me. Like, they just make my lips look delicious and plump, and they smell amazing. Like, it smells delicious. It smells like candy that I want to eat. And I adore it. And the setting spray that I've been using non-stop all year long has been the Colourpop setting spray. I think that's the only one they have like from the original brand, like the All-Star Face Setting Spray. This maintains my beautiful makeup on the whole time that I use it. It also makes everything settle in. Sometimes I can go a little too hard with the powder. I can go a little too crazy, and sometimes things can look like very on top of the skin rather than like, you know, blended in. And I just, like, I usually worry and then I just pop in the spray and just go crazy, and everything just melts in beautifully, and that's what I adore about it. Like, it just makes all of my makeup blend nicely. It does what a true setting spray should be doing. It's amazing. The only thing I would get better is the mist, because sometimes the mist can be a little aggressive, but I still adore it. It's still one of my favorite products of the year of 2019. And you guys, that is it for today. Those were my makeup favorites of the whole year, like straight up skincare and makeup, the whole shebang. Like, those were my favorites. I would love it if you would comment down below your favorite products of 2019, and if you've tried any of these products and if they worked out for you just as well as they have worked out for me. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!